So it looks like we are going to be getting ourselves into the game. It is Raisy versus Rapha here in the first duel match of DreamHack Denver 2017. Raisy off the beginning. He's got the LG, but already being bounced around with the rockets and shotgun to finish that off. Rapha with first blood.
I mean, he did everything he could there. He had access to a couple of weapons, but he just didn't really get the rocket first. And I mean, that was a really nice change there also from Rapha. So they go, you know what? I think a super shotgun will do the job right there.
Yeah, I think Raisy got caught up a little bit on the left, but at the moment, Rapha is destroying him. We've got just the Doomslayer left to go, and he's taken the armor from under his nose. The Berserk's coming out, and it's going to be Raisy choosing to be as aggressive as possible. How long is this going to last, though? LG honed in on him. Shotgun coming out, too. The 2 health bubbles have been taken. Raisy's actually got a chance, and he even finds it. Rapha kind of choking a little bit at the end there.
I mean, that very nearly went pear-shaped.
Yeah.
That very, very nearly went pear-shaped. I think it's important that he's now got the opportunity to come back in these kind of instances where there might be some nerves, there might be a little bit of like shakiness here when it's off to such a bad start that you kind of need to get back on the board as fast as possible.
We've got Doomslayer versus Doomslayer at the moment, but you can see up at the top below the player portraits, Rapha's got significantly more health and armor. So Raisy probably going to have to slow things down a little bit before going ahead. Look at that, fully loaded Rapha.
And this is something that you've got, your approach needs to be so careful, you know, because Corrupted Keep, there's no railgun, so you can't go for that approach of try and whittle someone's health and armor down from distance and then take the fight when you're ready for it. You're not really going to have that luxury with the exception of, I don't know, maybe the odd catch of a heavy machine gun and that's it. But other than that, the fights are likely to be close range and that's all you get.
In case you haven't seen Duel before, guys, you play this in maps, you have a best of 5 in a round. The objective to win a round, you've got to kill your opponent's 3 champions. Win 3 rounds and you win the map.
Being a 2 out of 3 scenario where it's 2 maps and you will be moving on. So you've seen already how quickly some of these frags can go down. So if you get 3 dominant rounds, that could be essentially like a 20-minute map and that's it.
Rapha almost got knocked off the edge. That was an awesome rocket there from Raisy, but Rapha, he gets the last shot in time and he's going to take the first round.
I actually love that little bit of optimization too, where he went in for the left click on the super shotgun and immediately engaged Berserk. Just in case that shotgun didn't frag, he was going to be able to go in, use the tracking on the Berserk and finish the job with the damage he knew would be guaranteed.
He knew Raisy was weak at that point. We are going to see Rapha off the beginning of this one, getting the armor to start with. This time Raisy doesn't go too far into the rocket room, so isn't going to get punished the same he got before. But this is very much Raisy's battleground. He will always pick this map. He loves this place. So if he loses this map, I'm going to be very, very worried for him.
Yeah, we might see that 2-0 result that you did talk about if Corrupted Keep doesn't go in his favor. I mean, he's seen so much success on this map in particular, but a lot of that came from Sorlag, and now he's not gone with it. Still looking strong, you know, so he's not got that tool available, but he still looks dangerous.
He's going to need to work his way into this. He's got a lot of nail gun coming out, injection as well, not quite enough splash damage from Rapha, but he's chasing. Not bad damage at all, but can he find the last shots? The threat of the pummel comes out, and Raisy somehow comes out surviving.
That feels like it was a really weird fight.
Yeah. Whoa. Rockets from Raisy. He's got a chance at the moment. Both of them are so weak.
One magical rocket in that instance. If he just managed to run right into it, it would have been in Raisy's favor, but now both forced to go off and restack a little bit. They're going to trade off that Mega for the heavy. It's a little bit better off, but I mean, Anarchy, if he's got heavy armor, he will be able to survive a little bit more, but right there, Raisy gets a fantastic rocket, and he now has the lead in round 2.
That was a bit overzealous from Rapha. He shouldn't have been just charging in with the shotgun. You can be so vulnerable to the rockets. That's one of the sort of the kryptonites to Anarchy. Good LG there from Raisy going up the bounce pad. Oh, he knocked Rapha off!
I was just about to say, he went a little bit further than I think the map will allow, and I actually think he was in there a little bit longer, probably because of a double jump or something, but there you go, ring out. DreamHack Denver, let's go.
No, let's have at it. Raisy, he's just got to get one more frag, and it is going to be the Nyx of Rapha that he's going to be going up against. Control on armor looks decent. They have been sharing a lot lately. Oh, return fire. He misses a rocket.
I think that was actually quite brave of Raisy to fire a little bit later, trying to take more of a guaranteed shot at close range. Unfortunately, didn't get any damage for that exchange whatsoever.
That rocket would have been the end of him if it hit direct, and it was just millimeters from his face. And it looks like they're going to change back again. This time, Raisy is going to be getting the Mega. Rapha will get on the armor.
It's going to be quite good for Anarchy on this map, though, being so small. If he does force the Ghost Walk early out of Rapha, Anarchy has such a good job of just sort of bullying at distance. Even if Nyx manages to go invisible here, Anarchy is likely to chase down where she reappears on a good read. But there are so many ways he could go on Corrupted Keep. It can be hard to make that choice.
LG from Raisy doesn't actually look too bad at the moment. Trying to get a little bit of extra damage with the machine gun, but he's going to have to get out. That shotgun blast was painful, and injection is now up.
Rapha's shotgun, I know the super shotgun actually was sort of recently changed, has a slightly smaller cone, I believe, if I remember correctly, but his accuracy on the shotgun this whole round has been superb. Big damage on almost every shot we've seen.
Oh no, he's using it a lot, and I've been talking to a few of the players, and they say their shotgun is going to be something that's very important and be very present in probably this tournament. There isn't Ghost Walk just being used. Raisy, can he get out of it? He's under a bit of pressure, and even going to use the injection at that point. He knows the shotgun damage has been pretty immense. Whoa, okay.
I think with the injection use, that was going to be a little bit of a difficult prediction rocket from Rapha, because I mean, with the Anarchy going that fast, it's going to be hard to judge where he's going to go near that rocket.
I think Raisy should have tried to defend the heavy armor a little bit more than he did just then. Maybe a small missed opportunity, so many resources been given to Rapha. Wow.
I mean, Rapha's going to stick to him like glue here. He is not going to allow Raisy to get away with this one and restack. I mean, he has complete advantage, but Raisy still managed to survive. He's got good movement so far, and he's staying alive for now.
It's been about 1 minute or so since, probably about a minute and a half actually since the last frag, and Raisy seems to be quite happy selted in like this. Ooh. That was, just really excited. I mean, he heard the noise, but I don't know, he's like a bat or something.
A little bit preemptive, a little bit too early right there. Almost knocked himself off the ledge as well.
He should be on the recovery. Will want a few time shards, and that is painful. Good damage there from Rapha.
That's a fantastic angle to catch someone on LG, because they're likely to be airborne, because it means Anarchy, right? He's going to be airborne pretty much all the time. Catch him with an LG, he'll stick him in his tracks. I think Rapha did so much damage because of it. I mean, Raisy just couldn't move.
Oh my god, that hurt. He's just jumped straight onto him though. That's very painful. Only 5 health left. He's got to get out of here and find some of the health bubbles.
I do not know how Raisy didn't secure that frag. Rapha didn't have the Ghost Walk either. He's needed one more rocket, gets another, and Rapha can't survive. It's going to be 1 round each, but that nearly went completely wrong for Raisy.
Beautiful play from Raisy in the end. I was scared, even though he had another champion as a leeway before things would have been really tight. I mean, Rapha was well on his way to trying to sort of engineer some sort of comeback. But Raisy, he's going to feel a bit better after that first round, which was more disappointing for him.
I mean, the comeback could have been possible if Rapha got that frag there, because, I mean, like, right as that frag would have landed, he would have just freshly got his Ghost Walk available. Yeah. And then the Ghost Walk is such an amazing way at just taking people by surprise, fresh off the spawn as well.
I think if he died, then probably Raisy would have picked the Nyx as well. But let's move on this one. I hope that Rapha's going to be a little bit less aggressive with the shotgun, because that was what cost him his life when there was Anarchy versus Anarchy before. See rockets, but just poking and prodding, and Raisy going to back off, and we're going to see, well, items taken at the same time.
That's that just typical machine gun duel right here. You have to really try and establish a decent amount of damage before you're kind of free to escape. Oh, Raisy stuck in the air, forced to use his injection, but they both will sort of disengage for now.
10 seconds until the items spawn. Raisy looking like he wants to defend the armor. And he's going to check the scenery and see what he can do. Rapha looking to be a bit more aggressive, looking for a mid-air at the moment, but Rapha finishes off that frag. 36 health he had left. He'll probably have to wave goodbye to Mega, but solid attack. He didn't have to do that as well.
That last-minute turn to the left while he was airborne too was also, like, glorious. You know, that fantastic rocket dodge.
Oh, this is bad news at the moment for Raisy. Look at the amount of health that he's got at the moment.
I mean, armor wasn't really going to save you from that, was it? Oh my word.
I think he was just on the run. He just ended up walking right into the bear trap. Nyx though, for Raisy. Can he do anything different to what he did last time? He was invisible, but that was a brilliant prediction from Rapha, and he secures the 3rd round. We got 2-1.
I also love that choice at the end. He actually sort of caught Raisy, could have potentially got a bit of damage, but he didn't take the fight. He let it go because he wanted to go for that heavy instead. You know, he wanted to take the fight right here where he was able to secure heavy, and that was it. It was a free frag. It was that little ounce of patience, waiting for the right time to go in. What I liked for the Anarchy versus Anarchy is that both items are going at the same time in 10 seconds. Raisy was set up for armor, and Rapha decided to just ignore the fact that, you know, he could get a free item. I said, you know what, I'll be aggressive and see if I can catch him off guard. And Raisy simply wasn't expecting that. These like next level mind games in Rapha. There's going to be fewer players in this community that knows how to play mind games like that. You know, those like split decisions.
I've got to watch out that he doesn't get caught out. That nail gun route can be a bit of a trap, and he is going to float away, having used his injection. And armor, I think, was already taken by Raisy. He should get the Mega as well. However, already a good amount of damage done by Rapha, so there's no overstack.
Yeah, I feel like that rocket blast actually might have moved him away from it when he tried to collect it earlier. Did manage to get it eventually. Just took a little bit longer than he wanted. Oh no, stuck on the jump pad. That is a horrendous position. Raisy forced to escape again, but this is going to give Rapha the opportunity to be aggressive.
Yeah, that was actually very fortunate for Raisy to survive at that point. I was definitely expecting a frag from him, but Armor's going to get taken. Raisy's going to move out, and if Rapha can't block this control, he might see both items going away again. Raisy, from being on the brink of death, has come back remarkably well and maintained that control.
I think recovering on Corrupted Keep is such a dangerous asset that you need to make sure you're able to do, because it's so easy to be kept behind. It's such a small map, and with Anarchy in particular, he's able to pretty much run rings wherever he wants to go.
I think right now control is Raisy's strength. Damage has been Rapha. It's all about the damage, and this time Rapha is getting the control. It looks like the tides are slowly turning more and more favorably for the American. And I have my doubts over what Raisy's going to be able to do soon. Now he's taken both items in a row.
It's just remarkable how quickly it can turn around, isn't it?
Raisy's got to sort out his damage. He's got to stop making it so easy for Rapha to do damage to him and start being a threat. That was good, forcing out the injection and getting some further damage after.
Yeah, and that does now mean that he's have a little bit of leeway. But I mean, currently completely even, but that's only going to last so long until that heavy armor gets swiftly picked up. But I mean, look at the speed of Anarchy. But even though there was like 4 seconds left on that Mega, he was able to pretty much run in there, and now he's the one in control of that.
Control is so crazy at the moment. Yeah, it's going back and forth in terms of who's getting both items at once. It's been at least 4 rotations since they shared on items. Good rockets there from Rapha. Raisy needs to get some sort of damage going because he's been pretty weak after that. Looked relatively balanced by the end of the fight, but they're going to live to fight another day.
Well, I know you said, right.
Oh! Okay.
You were saying, I mean, like, that really is what happens with Anarchy, right? Where, like, things can be going well, wonderfully, happy days, you've got others to control, then bam, one rocket, you're dead.
Yeah. Oh, he's got to watch out for the punches. He's going to use the injection. Mega is up, and he's found him to do that extra last bit of damage. And Raisy staring down the barrel of a 2-2.
I mean, this is, in many ways, I don't want to say not what we expected, but I'm glad it's as close as it is. I mean, Raisy fighting, but Rapha.
Why did he do that? Why did he just run into Nailgun? You're so close to doing a great job, and he just got a bit cocky and thought that now was the time.
The problem is those kind of moments, those little moments where you have a little bit of poor judgment can be enough. I mean, if you're going to give, if there's one player you don't want to give an opening like, it's going to be Rapha. And he's got Nyx. Like, Nyx is a comeback machine.
Remember, he's got to overcome what happened at QuakeCon. I mean, it's going to be sort of mentally scarring what happened over there. So if he's able to make a recovery, that's going to be absolutely immense from him. We've got Ghostwalk not up for a long time for Rapha, so he has to be careful, considering it's Raisy that's challenging heavy on the control. Oh! He loses out on the armor. Rapha with 6 points of health to go, and now we are 1 champion each.
I feel like that was such a brave choice, but I mean, he must have figured, like, I could probably win this fight if I just execute it perfectly. And he was able to do it.
Yeah, I think for Raisy, it was too predictable. He was going for the armor. Rapha knew exactly where he had to drop the rocket, put him in the air. He had no control of his movement. He was going to fall.
Yeah, no Anarchy here.
This matchup should be an interesting one. The Doomslayer versus the Nyx. Ghostwalk is up. Spotting on the algae. We've had the double jump. Raisy does manage to get himself the health. Are we going to use the punch? Not yet.
He's going to follow this one so hard. And I actually like that choice by Raisy to turn around and not go for the health right there. He knew that was going to be the most obvious approach, was while she was invisible, try and get some free health. After he reappeared, he was probably going to swiftly get rid of pretty much all the health he collected there.
Raisy's really got to manage the stack well. Has spotted Rapha. If he can get the good amount of damage, then he could possibly even get the kill. Still 10 seconds until that Ghostwalk's up. Eventually, Rapha will go back for those health bubbles. This bit tense, because if Rapha gets this frag, he takes map number 1, which is Raisy's pick.
And Raisy, you know he's going to want to tie things up. 10 seconds away from sudden death, but with 1 champion each, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Rapha's going to have to try and do as much damage as he can, but even the smallest hint of Raisy going in, Rapha's out there. He doesn't want to take any risks. Here comes Raisy, aggressive.
He wants to force out the Ghostwalk soon, before those items come up again. But we've got armor spawning in a second, and Raisy's nowhere to be seen. He's given that up for free, and he's coming in with the punches at the moment, but he needs to get out of here. He's got 50 health.
The thing is, I'm not sure about going in with Berserk when he knows the Ghostwalk is still up. I mean, I'm not sure what he would have accomplished there.
This is going to be the map for Rapha, surely. Oh, he's dropped out on the Mega. The LG didn't land enough. Maybe a lost chance just then. He is going to find the health at the top, landing not a bad rocket. The follow-up is okay as well. And Raisy's on about 30 points of health.
He was able to get away in the one area. Rapha thought he was going to go towards the right, but no, Raisy went the other way completely. I mean, that's such a hard room to recover from. If you get caught on those steps, I mean, it's Doomslayer. I know he's got the double jump, but hard to escape.
Oh, not a bad rocket. I love the shotgun follow-up at the moment, and Raisy is so weak. That is going to be 3-1 for Rapha on the first map. And we are going to move.
Experience on. This could be interesting indeed, Zoo.
Absolutely. We are into map number 2 here by Rapha
no!
and Raisy. The Mega was just taken by Raisy as well. Rail misses out.
Oh, no.
And Raisy gets away. He's even going to take the armor and get himself over to the health bubbles. But that was close. Rapha almost found a rail angle at the end. And with only 25 health, that was pretty tight.
I mean, that was like 5 seconds in, and I already feel like... Deary me, these guys, I mean, they are some of the best players in the mod for a reason, right? You know, they can flip that switch, and the second the round begins, they are in there.
I think...
no one's rusty here.
Both of those players almost got off of the skin of their teeth. Decent rail. Oh, they're looking for the follow-up. Rapha just increasing his speed by a little bit with that plasma trail. And eventually gets away, but he had to be concerned that the follow-up rail was going to come.
Yeah, sort of got that golden trio, though. LG, Rocket, and Rail. Rapha, locked and loaded.
Got to be careful of the full stack that Raisy's been rocking. He's taken every single major item on the map so far, and he's obviously going to hope to perpetually do this. What I'm worried is if he starts taking very predictable routes on the 2 major items, it will give it a chance for Rapha to come back in the game and get off more damage than Raisy's expecting. But he's mixing up his routes right now, which is good. Hello, hello,
I mean,
did you see me?
Even for like, that was a substantial amount of time where Raisy was not aware, unfortunately. Hasn't got a huge reward yet, knocked him in the air, but this is Anarchy. He's not going to be vulnerable to that air movement because he can go wherever he wants to go. Point blank. I don't think either of them actually were ready for them to sort of meet each other in the middle there.
Not at all, but Raisy had the right weapon out, managed to make things work. Oh, looking for the follow-up. It wouldn't quite have been the frag, but it would have been highly effective. We'll meet him. Mega's taken by Rapha. And again, some very aggressive plays. Maybe expecting a bit more respect, but it's just not there at the moment.
I did get a good sort of prediction on where Raisy was going to be, but because he had the starter machine gun, the damage output was going to be minimal. Forced to go and get the rail a little bit later.
Raisy, he did the ghost walk onto the armor, but he got the timing on the armor completely wrong. So he had to just flee. He's like, right, I'm not risking this for a second longer, which, even though he was wrong on the timing, it was the right move to play back.
I feel like also Rapha would happily take at least, like, you know, with the health he had, he would take 1 rail just to get that heavy, because even if Doomslayer gets his regular health pool, 125 versus like the 100 armor, that's still a scary stack. Yeah. And very easily obtainable.
So look, he's going to run into him at the moment. Ghost Walk will be used. A little bit of... brilliant prediction.
My. That was just a wonderful prediction. Perfect executed Rapha. I mean, just in the Matrix right there. Yeah,
I mean, read him like a book. And those are the kind of predictable things you do when the item's coming up, and you could see that the Ghost Walk timing, it was so perfect to it. Rapha's thinking of that. It's like, yeah, this is obviously what's going to happen. The punch comes out. One more! Raisy, he gets it down. The slap happens, and we got 1 champion left each.
That was a brave berserk, but I mean, it did pay off. Caught him outside the Ghost Walk, and I mean, that's 75 damage per punch. Oh, no!
Oh, that was close. If a rail comes out as well, that could get the kill too. Mega not up for 10 seconds, and Raisy, on his last legs, he needs to find all the health bubbles, all the resources he can.
And Rapha's going to be completely content keeping him behind. But Doomslayer will have that base health and armor advantage. The second he gets back to 125, he will be a little bit dangerous.
Wow.
Yeah, especially if he's hitting rails like that.
That was decent. That gets rid of a whole load of overstack that Rapha just had. So he kind of balances everything once again. I
feel like on this map in particular, it'll be good for Doomslayer versus next 2, because pretty much every jump she can make, he can make. Yeah. But easier.
Exactly. Again, a brilliant rail. He looks for a flick, but he had just run out of ammunition then. Picks it up on the way down. And Mega in 5 seconds. Raisy still doesn't have rockets, which is going to be a bit of a frustration to him. But it looks like there's respect given from Rapha. He's going to let him get the Mega.
I wonder if he's going to let him get rocket too. With that Mega in hand, Doomslayer now looking at a ton of health.
Spotted him for a second. There it is. He's going to try and make a move forward. 1 rail. Can he get the exchange? Not at the moment. I think he's going to have to break away from this. Is he still going for it? Wow, I can't believe the guts on Raisy. He even forces out the Ghost Walk.
Well, I mean, it did allow him to sort of get a nice amount of stack there. And with that rail on board in conjunction with the heavy armor he took, he's now got such a health and armor advantage on Rapha.
He's trying to look some of those aggressive plays. He's not trying to play too routine and wants to keep that pressure going on Rapha, who's having to cycle just on the small armors of the map. Bit of quiet play, changing gears. Is this a way to catch Rapha off guard?
But here comes that heavy. But once more easily obtainable by Doomslayer. That double jump means he's got to put himself at minimal risk. You know, no rocket jump there, no self-damage. He can just go up there and grab it.
All too easy for him.
And I feel like Rapha's being really careful too. Like, he doesn't want to get caught out.
Oh, right now, he could be defensive however long it takes for him to have confidence to get onto a big item or to do enough damage that he can buy that space for himself. Armor coming up, and Raisy looking for the attack up at the top.
Oh, here we go. They're both there.
Looking for the trap. LG damage coming out, forcing in the Ghost Walk. That's okay. I'll trade a armor for that any day, but it depends on what he's going to do now.
I mean, heavy armor's going to be down for a substantial amount of time. Ghost Walk was also used.
Oh, the jump!
That was a clutch wall jump just to stay alive. If he fell down there, that would have been curtains.
Yeah, completely. That was incredibly close. I think Raisy could see gold for just a second as well.
It would have been very easy to have actually fumbled that wall jump too, but Rapha staying composed, but now he's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
And there was just a second left until the Ghost Walk was coming up, so if he could have hung around... Oh, the perforation almost comes out too! The rail from Rapha finds the round and takes the lead.
You wonder how that turn of events even happened.
That was insane, because he was completely on the back foot before. If Raisy had committed to the previous fight, he would have got the win. But otherwise, Rapha, again, doing the unexpected, being unpredictable. Beautiful play.
I mean, that's how you remain one of the world's best, is to make sure that you're just so hard to read. But every one of these decisions as well, they're brave decisions.
Whoa. He just went in for the pummel. Now a little bit of follow-up damage, but the rail he's got to be careful of.
Yeah, now he's got to be really careful. Even with this, he's on 81 rail, and then he's on 3. Doesn't want to be at that low.
And we might be waiting for the next rotation until we really probably go into chaos. I know, Raisy. The aggression, trying to buy some space on the map. Both items up at the same time. I wonder if we'll get an exchange or if Raisy might be able to change the tide of this a bit. Nope.
No, not content challenging it at all.
I think Rapha's happy with that. He only had the rockets to work with at that point. We'll probably want to get the lightning gun at some point, but rocket rail will definitely do the job for now.
Particularly against Anarchy. Even when he's got that sort of like mega one direct rocket, puts him in a very precarious position.
Exactly. Watch out for Raisy's movement, though, of course. We saw some excellent trickery beforehand. But all to be seen now as the armor spawns. Raisy, he does go for it and manages to find a good route over to Mega. Was pretty tricky, though, for him. He almost died in the process.
But I feel like he got that really high damaging rocket, and it sort of kept Rapha in a situation where he can't chase it down without... even the smallest rocket there would have killed him, so you can't take that risk. Even if Rapha has been making those big plays, I mean, you've only got 20 health left and one rocket will do it. Still quite difficult to make that choice, but hang on a minute.
Oh, wow, he finds the rail at the end, and both of them are vulnerable to that weapon. But it's Rapha whose aim is on point. The champion advantage, he goes versus the Nyx. Raisy does get the armor. Looks like he's set to get the Mega as well. I don't think that rocket did too much damage.
Yeah, minimum, I think that was like an 18 if I can see it. Happily take that trade.
But he's going to have to find all the weaponry as well and try and slow down Rapha. I like the way that he's also been controlling certain corridors with the plasma trail to try and lock down any positions where Raisy is. And he tries to go for the rail, but has to manage that ammunition.
It's just quite a unique tool that Slash brings to the table, that plasma trail, really having complete denial on some of these hallways. On a map like Blood Run too, very dangerous indeed.
He's going to need to set himself down to the railgun again, because he keeps trying to use that weapon. Finds the LG, not bad damage at all. Still 3 seconds until that Ghost Walker's up, so fortunate for Raisy to be able to escape then.
Actually, looked like Rapha got a good read. Actually, instead of going directly for the rail, allowing Raisy to sort of run forward, maybe trying to head him off, expecting him to go for the rail first. And wow, just flying in, full speed ahead. Raisy deleted in an instant. Had
a little read on him just then. I don't know if we heard him go up there. It's definitely possible. But Raisy, when someone's just sitting on an item and waiting for it, you know that they're feeling in a sort of uncomfortable and more desperate position. Let's see if Raisy can dig himself out of the hole he's put himself in. Or maybe that Rapha's put him into.
That's definitely one of Rapha's styles, is to just make you feel like you're not allowed to play the game. This is a one-player game.
Get off the server. Oh, good follow-up rocket. Just then, Raisy's still about 100 health left. He missed his jump. Is this going to change anything? Raisy's going to make a move over there, but has he got the weaponry to fight back? Mega's going to be there too. Taken by Raisy. Hits the rail, but just after the armor was taken. If that armor wasn't there, that was a frag.
I think it was good from Raisy too to be aware that was indeed where Rapha was going to be. But, I mean, that's just a little bit of the work. Rapha's done a fine job getting his stack back on board, and he's now got that advantage on Raisy, even though Raisy got those 2 major items.
Yeah.
He's behind again.
There's still seconds left. I don't know what Raisy's doing just then. There's seconds left until that armor's back up. Oh, that was good opportunistic play there from Rapha. He's going to secure himself the Mega 2. Doesn't even need to deny these items, but he knows he's got the space on the map. Or does he? Aggressive from... That was a missed opportunity for Rapha. He should have had control of both items just then. But I don't know if it's going to cost him. We're starting to look at the clock a lot right now. If Raisy can't make 2 frags in the next 50 seconds, he's going to be losing this round as well. And he is crippled from all that damage.
I mean, at this stage, Rapha's going to be completely content with that. There's 40 seconds left on the clock. He's got the champion advantage. As long as, even if he doesn't frag Raisy, all he has to do is make sure he can't fight. He's in a position where he can't do anything. 30 seconds now. I mean, time is running out for Raisy.
He's got to close the gap somehow. But he's going up against such a fast champion at the moment. At this stage, you're probably thinking, well, he might have to even walk through there.
I mean, it's wasted a lot of time, and even then, if Rapha goes out, he's now got Nyx. He's going to delay his respawn, he's going to go with Nyx, he's going to go Swark. I don't think this is possible.
Precisely. We're looking right now at a Rapha 2-0 with one more to take the first group game for him.
Oh, this is definitely a guaranteed round. I mean, Raisy needs to spend this time just deciding, right, what am I going to do in this final round? Because I am now match point down, and I've got no choice but to make 3 straight rounds to come back.
Yeah. So we have the 3-1 on the Corrupted Keep, and right now Raisy is staring at a possible 3-0. That is a huge turn of events when you look at the comparison from the Quick World Championships to now here at DreamHack Denver.
Actually, sounds like a fight has already kicked off. I mean, history definitely repeating itself. Very aggressive start for all 3 of these rounds.
Oh, Raisy under a lot of pressure just then. There is going to be Rapha sliding away. The rocket, he lands directly just before he's able to take the item. That is not what he needed over here on this round.
What's also worse is that Rapha's reward was the heavy armor. Now he's got 100 health. He had crazily 100 armor as well versus Nyx. I mean, he's got all the amount of control in the world right here he wants.
Oh, that was a good rail. And Rapha going to find out 25 health bubble hidden in the corner. But yeah, I think if Raisy got that armor, you could see that all of a sudden he would have had some momentum. Oh, he's found him on the bounce pad. This is bad news for Rapha. We're looking at a frag for Raisy. There we go. It's not all down and out for him.
I mean, you definitely can't count Raisy out. He has been seeing so much success in competitive Quake Champions from start to finish and continuing to ride that. So it is hard to count this guy out, but he's been looking fairly vulnerable on this map, that's for sure.
Definitely. We got Mega up in a second. Rapha pressuring it somewhat, and Raisy's completely ignored it, decided he doesn't want to be in trouble over there. Very conservative move from him just then, but we've got a solid rocket from him. We have got the Ghost Walk available. Rail will miss. That would have been the end of Raisy's penultimate champion. And it's used.
Forced to use the Ghost Walk quite early. Catch him reappearing, it might be fantastic. Rapha, let's miss 1 rail. Oh, now he's in a bad position, 10 HP. No, thank you.
Rapha even looking for a predictive rocket as to where Raisy was trying to jump off the edge. But yeah, all the items and stuff have been taken from this side now. They will respawn, 15 seconds later. Rapha, again, spreading out, trying to get his natural stack back intact.
That is just one of those elements like Doomslayer. He hasn't got the worst mobility in the game. He's got really nice health armor. Here comes Raisy being aggressive. Even after missing the rail, still manages to chase it down. Even after missing that, that could have been dangerous.
I can't believe he went for the rail again afterwards. A lightning gun would have been a good follow-up, even if he had a... Oh, he doesn't have the shotgun at the moment. Something like that could have worked out nicely too.
I mean, maybe he feels like at this situation, he's got to pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to come online, and he has to do it now, and he's got to take 3 straight rounds. So maybe it's the time to make those plays.
But at the moment, again, you can start. Don't think about being defensive on the clock, but be aware of it. You don't have to get that last frag straight away. You've just got to play tactically sound, and you can buy your way to the end of time.
Or that was what happened at QuakeCon, wasn't it? When there were 7 seconds left, you said it yourself.
And that's when it all fell apart. But you know what? Raisy cannot afford to be thinking about those results.
And I bet he's not right now. I bet he is as focused as can be on this 1 round.
I mean, he's got to be. If you're staring down a possible 3-0. Right now, though, he's got to make sure he doesn't get overconfident and go into a fight, which is, you know, not less than like a 80 or 90% chance. He's gone the Ghost Walk straight away. This is unusual. I'm nervous for Raisy.
Yeah, the thing is, Rapha's going to know better than anyone that it's now gone. You know, so if he gets that 1 magical shot where Raisy's in a bad situation, he's got the Mega now, so he's going to be a little bit better off, but a little bit preemptive. And I think Rapha might remember that.
Rapha knows that he doesn't have to be over-aggressive just yet. It's probably in about 45 seconds' time you're going to start looking at Rapha thinking, all right, desperation time. Rockets over here, 64 health. This is very vulnerable. He does find himself a rail shot, looking to try and clutch it out. Are we going to get a follow-up from Rapha?
And in that one instance, Raisy didn't even go for the rail. I think he was 100% focused on escaping and not fighting whatsoever. If he missed that rail, he knew Rapha was going to chase that one down.
Exactly, just get out, looking for the vertical shots over here. His control is weak right now. He's going to take the small armor away and just get the hell out of there. Big armor, the next large item.
But here comes a very aggressive Rapha.
That was Ghost Walk just used, and he's going to use it straight after. He's found himself on the heavy. And if he can start taking the time shards quickly to reduce that cooldown, he's looking good. We've got a drop down from Rapha. Whoa, okay. Raisy's in it.
He needed that.
Yeah.
100 million%. He needed that round.
I'm nervous for Rapha, though, because he didn't need to drop just then. That was quite an aggressive play. I think there was still about 50 seconds left in the round. Here we go just then. Maybe he was hoping that if he could make the nail gun work on land, get those shots landing, then he could have got a miraculous tie-breaking frag.
Well, Rapha's been making these big decisions pretty much the entire map, So he thought, well, if I essentially even things out, what's one more decision, right? He actually has got the rounds to work with. Whereas on the flip side, these decisions that Raisy now needs to make, the entire series rides on these decisions because he's now one round down. Even after that, he still can't afford to lose one more.
Rapha slowing it down at the beginning, seeing if he can make a little trap work on that teleporter exit.
Not as much of an explosive start this time, which is kind of weird, But there we go. A fight only happened 30 seconds in this time.
Only. Rapha to take some LG damage just then. Almost fortunate after coming off that heavy.
Yeah, that looked like it was like a hair's length away from connecting.
Just little scraps of damage at the moment. Nothing for the players to be too concerned about.
Because, I mean, that's what the players do, right? They just look at those numbers. The second they see something substantial, that's when the time to fight is.
Oh my god, another shot over here. Raisy, the aggression of the Rockets. His movement, the amount of juking he's been doing with the airstrafe on Anarchy has been absolutely amazing. It's been quite difficult for Rapha to lock down those long-range rocket shots.
I think Anarchy's going to be saying airborne. So piles into nail gun again, but...
He's going to find him. He's right in front. He's got to land some of the rocket damage over here, but he's got to be careful at the same time.
I just don't think Raisy was actually prepared for it to be. Oh no! Straight through the teleporter. Rapha with the prediction. And he is punished heavily. It goes straight back to even one more time.
Again, that's so aggressive. You're going through a teleporter just then where you're immensely vulnerable, getting a little bit more splash. Rapha looking for a rail. Even though Raisy just died, he is looking in control off the spawn.
And that's the jump pad, and no doubt Rapha heard it. He knows Raisy is in hot pursuit. And there's the Ghost Walk. But he still needs to run. Raisy will be chasing this down all day.
Raisy knows that Ghost Walk just got used. He hasn't got it himself yet, so it's hard to engineer an aggressive push using that ability. But he knows that his is going to be up well before Rapha's, unless he takes pretty much every single hourglass on the map, which,
well, fortunately,
he can't.
I think, fortunately, at least a couple might put them a little bit more even, but there's still 10 seconds in between it. I guess the question is, will Raisy actually manage to fight within the 8 seconds that's left?
Always like theoretizing that it would be a good idea, but it's a lot harder than just pushing in. You've got to bank on so many things happening right. Both players have got the Ghost Walk up. Again, Raisy's rail has been exceptional. I wonder if he saw the cloud of smoke just then. That rail would have been crippling for Raisy.
I think Raisy has done a fantastic job of staying in this fight. I mean, so many of these rails, if they failed to connect, Rapha might actually be in an advantageous situation, actually punish him for that missed shot during the downtime, but he's being consistently kept behind. Hang on, here's Rapha's time to get a couple of rails. Oh! And I actually think that was almost like he knew the double jump was coming through as well. Like, he was aiming up there for the wall jump.
I think you expected at some point when you go up against these champions, it's starting to become more easy to react now that we're getting months into the Quake champions. To Raisy. He's a bit early for this, so you don't want to be just standing there on an item when it's not up. But he sees it's there. Is Rapha going to try and go for it?
What's really unfortunate when you mistime it is actually also seeing the enemy just run in. Oh no, going in with Berserk. He needs one punch. Here he comes.
He's coming at him. He's trying to get the punch at all, but there's no follow-up damage. Rapha still had about 100 points of health then.
I mean, was Doomslayer just flying in the air for a solid 5 seconds right there? Did he even touch the ground?
Now we're looking again at the clock between these two players. Oh, the rocket.
I love that ghost walk. I mean, that was a fantastic reaction right there.
I wonder if Rapha actually saw that, because he might have just turned away as soon as he fired that rocket.
It looked like a very sort of like retreating shot, didn't it? Raisy only sitting on 5 rockets, now 4.
He needs to pick up some hourglasses soon. He sees the armor. He does want to go for that brilliant shot, but he doesn't want to put himself in a little corner over here. There's so much health and armor for Rapha to work with. Jump up.
Oh, he's going in. He's going in for the kill. He knows the ghost walk is down, most likely. Just chasing it, but...
No, don't sit on this. There's still 5 seconds left. You don't want to be there. He's got the ghost walk up again. So there is a small sigh of relief for Raisy, but he gets out. We got 30 seconds to go. He's found him. A little bit of rocket splash. The tension's rising for this.
This is where Rapha turns the dial. He has to get something to happen, and he has to do it now. He cannot afford to lose the champion advantage here. 20 seconds left.
And Raisy is absolutely on the edge right now with no ability. You don't have that safety net. He's trying to push away. The rockets are actually very, very good from him, but he's got a claw away. We've got 7 seconds to go.
And now he's got ghost walk. That's likely to be the round.
Or at least he just uses it. 3 seconds there. He secures himself around, and we're going to get the tiebreaker here on Blood Run. Fair shout, Raisy holding on, and definitely some important rockets at the end, keeping him alive.
I think it's just good accuracy, good reads, good movement, good composure, you know, making that choice of, I need to be defensive here.
I think this was absolutely awesome from Raisy, from the initial dodge of the rocket and the aggressive follow-up with his own rocket.
It's almost like with Rapha sort of actually moving directly into Raisy, I'm just not sure that was the movement he was expecting.
This is very aggressive from Raisy. Is he going to try and follow in? Oh my God, the rocket! Securing himself that early advantage. And you don't expect him to be aggressive. He's been on the back foot for the last 2 rounds, and all of a sudden he's just turned on the adrenaline.
What's also fantastic is that he's got the Nyx out really early. Like,
True.
that Ghost Walk is no longer going to be a problem. Yes, Rapha has a fantastic Doomslayer, his Slash is sublime also, but that just sheer defense mechanism where if he gets caught in a bad spot, I'm out of there. That is gone for the rest of the round.
Could end up being a saving grace, but Raisy, he needs some more weapons. He hasn't got any LG, he hasn't got a rail, and rail has definitely been an important weapon for him. Does find it, lands a brilliant beginning shot, and the nail gun,
still massive damage.
good pressure. But can he stand the pressure that Rapha's putting on him? He's out in the middle of the map. He's got 79 points of health collectively. Just get out of there. Yeah, he even uses the injection.
No risks. Oh, face first. Here comes another push by Raisy.
Oh my God.
Oh, they both missed their rails.
That was squeaky bum time.
Indeed. You can say that again.
And he missed a chance, I think, to control the Mega as well just then. And the switch away from the rocket. If he had the rockets, that could have even been a kill. Look at that. You can see trying to maniacally use that air control to make the rails a little harder to land. LG trying to follow up a bit. Armor has spawned, and he's going to secure this. And we might even get the Mega for him too.
Yeah, the timers sort of add up, but Raisy not going for it instead. I wonder, does he know the timing of it? I mean, must do. Yeah, must have been just confident Rapha wasn't going to be nearby.
Whoa, there was the plasma trail, almost went off. Looking for a rail to follow up. He wants to go in. He's changed the weapon. Please go to the lightning gun.
This could still
there we are.
I was about to say, this could still go pear-shaped at any moment.
I was sweating at the end. That almost was a complete catastrophe.
However, he has been able to secure that frag, and now he's got 3-1. If he wins this round, they will be 1 map each.
This could be huge as well. Looking for the rockets. Got to be careful because the Berserk's been used. And there's so much time left on the clock. Only 2 rockets. He's got to get out of here. He's got the injection if he needs it. To be wary of any rails that are coming out.
Oh, they're the ones that you can just feel in your gut. So close, but here comes another fight.
He's run out of rockets as well, but he gets the LG at the end. Raisy secures map 2, and he's going to put us on a tiebreaker.
Wow, ridiculously clutch play. I can't call this one at all.
Exactly. Well, guys, we're moving into the 3rd map between Rapha and Raisy. It's been an immense series so far, and we are going to see how it will conclude now. We are on board with Raisy, with the Anarchy, and he's managed to get the Heavy first, looking to finish off his triad of weaponry with the rocket launcher.
That's always such a wonderful start on this map. If you're Anarchy and you spawn near Heavy and LG, it's one of the best starts you can have.
Oh, here comes the aggression, looking for the follow-up rockets. It forces the injection out, but it's not going to matter. Raisy is on top of it.
The important thing as well is that he didn't use his injection in the fight. And even off the spawn, he's confident Rapha, he's just got the starter weapons. What's he going to do to stop me from just getting my health back to max?
Yeah.
He's still got the injection.
No, it's brilliant. Now he's got to go up against the next. Sure, the items have been traded, but we've got a very important weapon still on Raisy. Let's see what he's going to be able to do to defend himself, because that was a huge start from him.
One of the best starts you can hope for. I mean, after such a ridiculous comeback sequence he made on Blood Run, if you can get a really early first round, that is the absolute maximum amount of momentum, but there's the injection used just to not be as vulnerable as possible. Rapha's still very weak too.
Whoa. He was very worried there was going to be an extra bit of damage. The armor's up. Is he going to chase up on this because there's no Ghost Walk left? He finds the rail. What a shot, sir.
The problem is, I mean, yes, Rapha got the heavy armor, but that's not going to save you from a rail when you're that weak. I mean, I understand Rapha had no choice but to go for it, but before he could even get that small little health bubble, the rail came through. Perfectly timed by
That
Raisy.
was amazing. And he knew exactly. He built up to that opportunity. Rapha, though, we're now with him. His slash that remains. And he's going to see what he can do to try and get close, try and do some damage. He's yet to get the rocket launcher himself, though, which will be important.
Absolutely, I mean, especially in that location where it was likely Raisy was just going to try and just go for that area denial.
Wow, I can't believe he hit that shot. They're looking for another rocket. 47 health left. Raisy, he's just doing circles at the moment.
Ooh.
And Rapha can't land the last bit of damage. Raisy, he's on the brink of death. Bit of lightning gun trying to break down to the lower corners of the map.
I cannot believe he even survived that long. I mean, like, he was on the brink of death pretty much that entire time, but his movement was just so hard to keep up with, I suppose.
That
However,
was hilarious.
goes down eventually. And now Rapha with that mega fresh off Nyx's spawn. She's got heavy, yes, but she still needs to get a little bit of those weapons. She's looking kind of weak right now.
No, that's it. And we might get a complete reversal at the moment. Rapha doing the goods. Oh, and he heard the ticking damage through the plasma trail and had to turn around quickly. He was available for a second, so immediately searching for that 25 health bubble pickup.
I mean, sometimes the plasma trail is the gift that keeps on giving. As you know, if it does damage, it denies an area, but just hear the ticking damage and detonate on reaction, you might even get a frag.
Yeah, if you are in the explosion when it goes off, it doesn't matter who you are, it's going to hurt.
Ouch. But here we go. And there's still plenty of time left on the clock too. Like, Rapha needs to get one frag and he's got basically 2 minutes to do it. He can definitely accomplish this.
I think Raisy might even be looking at the clock already and thinking, all right, how can I buy my time? But intelligently, not just giving up items for free. That was a brilliant rocket from him, actually.
Yeah, the other two did minimal damage, but that third one was on the money. It's forcing Rapha to retreat. And once again, it will waste a little bit of time, give Raisy that distance he needs to put between, and it allowed him to get the heavy too.
Oh, does he know where the Nyx went? So I thought for a second that Rapha was going to lose out on both items. Raisy not trying to hoover up all the items too much. There's still no Ghost Walk at all, and he gets caught out. That is bad news for Raisy after such a confident start.
They have respawned quite far away from one another, so it's not likely that Rapha's going to be able to sort of immediately get in there.
Raisy's over there already. He's hiding a little bit, manages to get the armor, but is he able to get away? Double jumps out of there, and Rapha's like, all right, you can have it. You can have this one. Does he smell something? He does. 26 damage. Not going to matter too much.
I did wonder if Raisy was likely to use his Berserk mode off getting that just to get the instant, like, you know, speed to get out of there, but yeah, he kept hold of it. Now, Raisy's been very conservative on his ability usage. Like, he really waits until the magical moment to use it.
And the problem for Raisy as well has been he's had no weapons during that period at all. I think he might have collected the rail and the rocket. I'm not sure if he's got the lightning gun just yet. Oh, Rapha missing an important shot just then. That makes him very weak, and we've got the Mega spawning.
Doesn't get a huge amount of rocket damage, and there is Raisy lying in wait.
Was that a zoom-in rail just then? So I think that Rapha had 90 points of health just then.
Yeah, I believe he had over 80 right there, but I mean, that was just must have been just Raisy being that ready for him to be there, charging it before he goes around the corner, and that one shot could have missed, but
brilliant start this was as well. I mean, Rapha wasn't expecting that aggression. He just chased it. It's like, I've got the edge from you from behind with the starting rockets, and he just wanted to follow through with that. I am wondering a little bit what exactly Rapha was doing going up the bounce pad. There was health beside him, which would have avoided getting hit by the zoom rail.
Yeah, I did think the health was going to be the likely option right there, but wow. Not to go for it. Raisy with another early frag. So he has got the lead again, 2 rounds in a row. Rapha so nearly had to come back in the first round, but it was quite, you know, briskly dealt with by Raisy. Will it happen again?
He's dropping down.
Oh wow.
My God, the plasma trail explodes and does heaps of damage just then.
Rocket launcher and detonation, I mean, you say it yourself, right? If you're standing in that plasma trail and it goes off, you're pretty much dead. I mean, how about a rocket on top of that?
I think it was brilliant how he did it. You don't see that very often. Wow, did that 92 damage with that rocket? And he's like, I need to find you.
How about that as well? What is Rapha's placement on these rockets this whole round has been ridiculous.
That was a surprise frag from him. He didn't even know it was going to happen.
Here he comes.
Uh-oh, one more punch. One more punch. Can he find him? One rocket is going to slow him down a little bit. And Raisy can't find the last bit of damage.
I mean, it would have been so
gold.
risky to go in for that final punch, but I mean, that would have been highest risk of the highest reward. But he opts not to go for it right now, but it has allowed Rapha to get control of both of these items.
And he's finally found the rail for himself. There's not much time has passed in this round, so if Raisy could just slow things down a bit, you know, even if it takes him a minute to get from one side to, you know, whatever he considers his next objective, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, sometimes you have to ask yourself, right, what's the rush? There's so much of the round left.
Sometimes you see players just playing through it, and you know, you've got so many minutes to go. Why do you look so impatient? Brilliant round there from Rapha. He's going to try and find another, and he secures the frag. We are tied in rounds.
This is likely to be that last round, last champion that you talked about previously. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. This is going as, to be honest, some people would say closer than we expected, but
yeah,
they've both been playing so well. This round, though, was 100% Rapha.
Yeah.
I mean, no question.
It was very, very good from him. After looking at Corrupted Keep and Rapha winning that, what ultimately ended up being fairly convincing.
Yeah, 3-1, right?
Was not expecting us to get to this point in the series. Looking for the rocket, does miss against Raisy. One rail. Oh, looking for the follow there from Raisy. That would have been an extraordinary shot to land to start this round off.
Would have been a repeat of what we've seen already. These have been some insane rounds to begin with.
It's going to find him. Rail to follow up. No, we're not going to get it just yet. Rapha looking to escape.
Even after that injection, he was pretty damn weak. But Mega swiftly undoing that for now.
Oh, pressure from Raisy, but he's missing an important shot on this occasion. He needs to find some health for himself. And with no rail or LG from Rapha, he wasn't able to go for that long distance shot.
Because that's the thing about sort of like hitting some of these shots. It's so easy to underestimate how difficult hitting a rail against a really good Anarchy can be. Like, if they're good at dodging, it's...
Yeah. Oh, there's rockets. This is a chance for Raisy to get into this.
Rapha caught in a bad spot. Swiftly dealt with the slash. This was the champion that's been putting in all the work. Even after all these champions go down, you've always got to fear this slash pick from Rapha, but he's caught off the jump pad. But he's still able to outdo with a starting shotgun.
Really nice retaliation there from Rapha. And there was not quite enough LG damage, and I think he was a bit close on the angle that he chose. He should have backed off and didn't anticipate the amount of health he was going to lose so quickly.
Definitely. I mean, like, you know, as a starting shotgun, it can sometimes be underestimated, especially at the right range.
Rapha opting to hang about here for heavy. And an exchange on the items. We did just get Ghost Walk used actually for Raisy. As you can see, the cooldown is up. Rapha won't know about this, but it's going to be something Raisy's going to be very conscious about. And now Rapha does know. He knows that he's just taken the hourglasses and it's going to be a frag. That was horrible for Raisy, and he is going to be wondering later, what the hell was he thinking?
But it's just that next level awareness, right? You know, it's just looking at where someone is on the map. He tries to go,
oh my
God! He does manage to rip and tear until it is done. Punch right in the face. How about that?
Wow.
One champion each.
And you know what? Rapha's slash has been so effective as well. It's going to be yeah, a huge relief for him to know that he's eliminated that from the game.
But I want to really bring attention to that. That one frag we saw from Rapha where he was able to just immediately calculate, why was Raisy there? He would only be there to get the hourglasses. He mustn't have Ghost Walk.
Exactly.
Like, so many players would not have known that.
You could almost see from his mouse movement that they're going off in his mind like, oh, I've got to attack right now.
Just that split second. Okay, I'm going to go in now. But here we go. Nyx versus Doomslayer. We've seen this so consistently today.
Raisy's got a chance to take two big items there. They might have a rendezvous down at the bottom.
Now that's difficult for Rapha. Now he's going to have to be so defensive and not allow Raisy to get in at least one time.
I don't think he had the Ghost Walk available just then as well. Oh, it's been used. Did he spot it getting used? LG?
But even then, Raisy still has a nice amount. Still only just been taken off his max health, going in for Berserk. Maybe trying to head them off and fight for the Mega instead.
Is he going to go for this?
He's going in!
Well,
no!
The Mega's not up for a couple of seconds. He's going to lose out. Wow, that was overzealous, missed timing just then, and he wasn't able to get the shot. And I think Rapha there, he's probably a little bit surprised that he got away with all of that.
He must have expected the Mega to spawn slightly earlier, you know, and just maybe if I end the Berserk, I'm going to end it on Mega. I mean, a second after he got fragged, it appeared like he was only a second off, but a mistake nonetheless.
Exactly, and that costs you games, it costs you championships. Can't have any more mistakes from Raisy. I know we're in just the group stages at the moment.
And this is a match point for Rapha. It's been a hard-fought battle on both sides. Raisy fighting for his life, and no doubt doing Maestro proud, but right now, he's going to have to lay this pressure on thick. Cannot allow Rapha to escape, especially he's got no armor. Only just picked up a small one.
He's got to find this. The rail misses. He's got to try and close the gap at the moment. He finds him.
Oh,
one rail landed. LG out. This is how you finish off the frag. He's going with a machine gun even. Finally clears up that frag. Maybe expected there was a bit more health than Rapha in fact had.
Potentially, yeah. But either way, the rocket will swiftly deal with that. Fresh off the spawn, Rapha does get an LG, and in many ways, that might be all he needs for this one. Going in with the plasma trail, but he's kept at bay. The plasma trail is going to do very little indeed. Raisy looking way stronger in this round, down to the Knicks. But I mean, lots of work for Rapha to do in this one.
Yeah, completely. But we're only a minute into this. Raisy, could he bring us to a tiebreaker? Is the duel actually going to start, you know, when we get to the final round of the final map?
That's where they're going to come online.
That's
100%,
it.
no
That's
doubt
where it
about
begins. It doesn't matter what the rest that happened. Rapha, ghost walked straight away, looking to get some kind of damage, but the movement from Raisy is absolutely crazy.
The issue is that missed row. Hang on a minute. Oh, he catches him in the air with the rail. Rapha back in the fight temporarily, but he is still on the brink of death.
Yeah, I mean, he had 20 or so health. A rail would have killed him. It was a bit of rocket splash. I wonder what the ammunition situation was for Raisy just then that didn't allow him to secure that last kill.
Either way, Rapha, I mean, Nyx is such a prominent champion for making these comebacks. The Ghost Walk is such an amazing tool for getting the job done. I mean, we can't count him out. We're talking about how this could go down to a final round. It might not. Rapha might get this final round here and now.
Actually, again, looking the cooldown for Ghost Walkers up. Rapha is going to be using it. Finds him. Only a sprinkle of damage.
He has taken a huge amount of damage, and Raisy threading the needle in between that jump pad.
Wow.
We indeed go down to a final round.
That little wall jump rail as well. That was
disgusting. Nice, and we got it clean. Nice, clean execution.
All right, guys, this is it.
This is the moment.
The final round. We have had, let me do some maths quickly, 13 rounds so far between these guys.
And this is the first series of the day, by the way.
Unbelievable.
This is series number 1.
History was set before, and let's see if Raisy can change it, because I wouldn't expect him to come back in so strong-minded.
I mean, history gets made at QuakeCon, but history also gets made at DreamHack, and that is where we are right now. Denver, I mean, this could be a ridiculous result. Here comes on the fight, both taking huge damage.
Oh my god, available here from Rapha. He's going to get that small armor. It's going to give him some peace of mind for a moment. Raisy going to break away, trying to look for some items himself. I think he got himself a small armor. And let's see if we're going to get an exchange on the majors.
I don't think Rapha actually wanted to take that shot. I don't think he actually wanted to give Raisy the data of where he was at the time.
Oh, that's going to be heavy for Raisy. Mega for Rapha. And he's almost waiting for that small armor to spawn. Oh wow, what a rail. They're getting rid of that overstack on the health.
Putting him back to that basic amount now. Raisy has the slight advantage. Misses one of those rails, but I mean, you're not going to hit them all against Anarchy. The fact they're hitting so many is impressive.
It's pressure, pressure, pressure from both players.
No!
What a shot. And the rail follow-up from Raisy. So important from him, getting the early advantage here on the finalist of final rounds.
Rapha on the back foot, caused into a slash, but his slash has done so much work today. Also, you know, not only just...
Be the pot.
Not only just this map,
Raisy.
but maybe try and get the Lord challenge.
Oh, that would have been an amazing shot. He got rid of the rocket as well, so there's not many weapons actually for him to work with. Got to watch out though for that plasma trail explosion.
He was forced to put himself in a very weird position.
I think that's a highly intelligent play though. Stealing that rocket just in time. Going to use the injection, get away, and try and perpetuate his control somewhat.
I mean, if he's consistently able to keep Rapha away from a rocket launch, that means Anarchy has this one weapon that he normally doesn't like. I know he's just about to pick it up now, but just him not having it for that huge amount of time, just let Raisy almost like breathe a sigh of relief.
Uh-oh, wrong weapon at the moment. But it might work out for him anyway. Rapha missed out a lot of shots, looking for the LG to get the kill. He can't find it. The LG does not land, and there's 13 points of health.
I mean, you said it right. That split second of having the wrong weapon out, that might have been 13 HP's worth of damage he could have done in that time.
And maybe even a rocket would have helped him clear up that frag as well. We are tied up on champions. If we go down to one champion each, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I mean, I know you mentioned, right, if it's down to one champion, last round, last situation, Rapha is likely to be the one that has the composure and the experience to pull through, but Raisy's been full of surprises from start to finish.
I mean, I was almost like joking about it hypothetically getting to that point, but we're
here we
already there.
But I mean, 2.5, this could even come down to a timeout. Half of the round is done, over it, and we've only got one champion each down. This is unlike what we've seen previously. Normally they've been trading back and forth way more consistently, but not right now. Here comes another fight towards Mega. Rapha able to quite easily take that. Now the rail didn't connect.
Raisy's got to be so careful. He's actually got no Ghost Walk available at the moment, and the rocket lands. That is going to be one final champion for Raisy, and 2 minutes of which to do things with him.
He's going to spawn near the LG, but unfortunately, I mean, Rapha Slash, not the largest of champions, so she has got that smaller hitbox. And the speed as well. Here we go.
Now it's on Rapha to hold on to things at the moment. There can't be any final 7 seconds for Raisy anymore.
1.5 minutes left on this round. He's got a nice amount of health and armor, so if he does manage to get one of those close-range fights, he's going to be in a little bit of a better situation in terms of that health and stack in general. But I mean, will Rapha even let him have this situation? Is this now where Rapha starts playing the timer?
Oh. Just avoids that rail, manages to keep the overstack going, so Raisy's still in good shape, but wasn't anticipating Rapha to be behind him. And we can always count down the seconds at this stage. Goes in with the LG a bit. Has he got anything to follow up with? The rocket as well. He's on 71 health. Does he want to go clutch? He can do it!
He himself was railable, but he still made the read. He was still confident, and now he's been able to tie things up. We have 1 minute left, but to be honest, the timer at this moment now doesn't matter. One champion each. Raisy and Rapha at DreamHack Denver. Let's go.
Insane. The armor's up, but he's going to break away from it. He doesn't feel like he can make anything work there, and there's some long-range shotgun play. Raisy, he's going to be gutted that he didn't get that, because he would have been in such good shape if he could hold on to it. He might even give up the Mega as well. He has.
I mean, that's almost showing no doubt. Here comes Rapha. He's heavily stacked up. So weak. And there we go at the last possible second.
Unbelievable. Getting caught out over there on the small armor. He fought for his life. He was like, if I hit this Hail Mary rocket, then maybe dreams can come true. But he was not able to do it. Unbelievable to the final round.
You said it yourself, right?
And the final champ.